Two couples were riding jet skis when an accident occurred. The two jet skis quickly sank to the bottom of the sea. Tessa was in intense pain in her abdomen. Sandy's injuries were also serious. Julian, who had been hit badly, disappeared beneath the surface of the sea. Despite their loud calls, they could not see each other. Just moments ago, they had been full of excitement, but now, they found themselves trapped in the vast ocean. The three of them couldn't accept the sudden disaster. And, even more terrifying, a huge shark had been circling nearby. Fortunately, in the evening, Mia finally spotted a ship passing by in the distance. The two of them excitedly shouted for help. The man on the ship quickly noticed them, and after learning about their experience, he wasn't surprised. However, when Mia asked him to make a distress call, he reluctantly pretended to go into the cabin to make the call. By this time, the three of them were already desperately thirsty. Mia stayed behind to take care of her boyfriend, while Tessa went to find some hot water to warm them up. But after more than 10 minutes, Tessa had still not returned. Mia had no choice but to go check on her. As soon as she entered the cabin, she encountered the man from before. The man introduced himself as Redo, a fisherman who had lived on the sea for years. He said it was lucky they had encountered him, or the consequences would have been unthinkable. Just as Mia was thanking him for rescuing them, an unexpected turn of events occurred. When Mia woke up, she found Tessa still unconscious beside her. She hurriedly tried to wake her up, asking if she had been hurt. At that moment, the two of them vaguely felt something was wrong. Mia climbed up to try to find an exit, but the hatch was tightly sealed, making escape impossible. When Tessa saw a distress signal carved into the wood, they were filled with despair. This meant others had been trapped here before, and that the man named Redo was definitely a criminal. Although they didn't know what his intentions were, they realized the danger was slowly approaching. The next morning, to their surprise, the man brought them food. Mia kept asking him what he intended to do. Her boyfriend was seriously injured and urgently needed a doctor. Then Redo unexpectedly said a doctor had arrived. Mia, seeing this, hurriedly begged the man to let them go, but her actions angered him. No one knew how much time had passed, but suddenly, Mia heard the sound of a horn. A yacht was slowly approaching. The elderly man driving the yacht was the doctor Redo had called. However, things were not as they seemed. Seeing Sandy lying on the deck, the doctor didn't perform any emergency treatment, but first went to the dark cabin to check the two women's injuries. He then gave Redo a sum of money, mentioning that demand was surging, and prices would rise accordingly. Sandy, who was in critical condition, became their first target. Mia watched the entire process with her own eyes. No matter how much she screamed, she couldn't escape the tragic reality. Tessa, who had an abdominal injury, was soon dragged away as well. Meanwhile, Diana noticed rust on the mattress. Perhaps this exit was her only chance for survival. Sandy first used wire to clear the rust, then, with all her strength, struggled desperately on the edge of life and death. Miraculously, she managed to open the hatch. After diving into the cabin, Mia immediately tried to call for help using the radio, but the radio had been destroyed by Redo, and it was impossible to contact the outside world. Mia was at a loss, and seeing her friend's life hanging by a thread, she felt helpless hiding in the cabin.